¡Qué carrazo! ¡Qué carrazo! Ecom Millionaires! Ecom Millionaires! You got that? You got it right, bro.
Good morning, guys. It is 6:10 in the morning. By the way, we finished finally the Christmas tree. We're gonna start the morning by moving some cars. Actually, my wife's car. My one, I left it over there. So we gotta take the Lambo, but we gotta move the Tahoe out of the way. So today's video, guys, it's gonna be a journey. We're gonna be driving up for the first time the Lamborghini for the longest trip for now, which is to Orlando, Florida, from Miami to Orlando. It is about 3 hours and 45 minutes drive, so we're gonna be taking the car up there and then just driving it like if it was a regular car. So number one is moved, so this is gonna be some of the gear we're gonna be taking out. The Canon, we have some tripods, gimbal, the drone, our camera. So now we gotta get the Lamborghini. Let's get this out of the way.
Wow! ¡Qué carrazo! ¡Qué carrazo! Ecom Millionaires! Ecom Millionaires! You got that? You got it right, bro.
Wow, bro. Bro, we good timing. Good timing.
Well, first of all, Gabriel, tell a little bit about where you're from. Where you're from, how old are you, and what brought you to the United States?
Okay, I'm Gabriel Beltran, for those who don't know me from your audience. I'm 36, I'm from Uruguay originally, which is a small country in South America. For those who don't know what it is, we're only 3 million people.
3 million people in Uruguay.
So
everybody plays soccer there.
Everybody plays soccer except me. I suck playing soccer. And man, dude, my passion in life was music. So
music.
I was extremely driven and passionate.
Since
about
what
music.
age? How old
Since
were you?
1. I have a picture of 1 year old
Playing
the snare drum in La Cuna.
Wow.
In
the crib.
In the crib, per se. And then, man, you know, my dream was like making it big in a band. I was watching MTV Live, following Green Day, No Doubt, all those type of music, like pop, punk, rock. And so at 22, I got the opportunity to come to Miami to record an album.
And who invited you?
Yeah, actually I was working with Christian, a friend, and so I started working, just to give you an idea. I was kind of an entrepreneur since a young age. I was 17 when I left my house. I was living in someone else's house. I was 17 with my girlfriend at the time. And so I got a job because my mother-in-law had a really good job and she lost her job. So she couldn't pay the rent. And I was like, you know what, let me start playing and making some money. And what I do is I move in with my girlfriend, right? And I help with the rent. Okay. So I was 17, 18 years old, so I did that. I was like already getting responsibility of like, you gotta provide.
You gotta pay.
Exactly. So I was literally playing 7 nights a week.
And in dollars, how much were you making?
I was making probably in dollars about $1,000 a month, which it was really good money.
In Uruguay?
Yeah, I was making more money than a regular
$1,000 a month in Uruguay.
I was making more money than a regular cop.
You were balling.
I was living the dream.
But you had no life.
Well, when I was that age,
You don't care. Yeah.
I didn't care, and I was doing nothing during the day. I was just every single night I was going out and playing, from like leaving the house at 8 p.m. and coming back like at 3 a.m.
And what was your skill set? Drums. That's it.
And I was like laser focused on drumming and studying every single day.
It's not easy, right?
No,
to play
it's
drums.
not easy. It's not easy. And I was teaching as well, so I've been teaching since there was drums.
So you were teaching people
I
how
love
to play.
exactly.
You love teaching.
I love teaching.
I
like teaching because a lot of people don't know how to teach, and you can maybe relate to that because sometimes we get a coach or a mentor and he doesn't know how to teach, or we don't click. So
exactly.
It's kind of hard. So to make you the long story short, Christian, for the guy that I was playing, came to Miami to record an album. He said, "Gabe, you want to record drums?" And I was like, hell yeah. At the time, I didn't have a passport. I didn't have a visa. I didn't have the money. So I just visualized it. And the story is funny because I was on my mother, my ex-girlfriend's by the time, and I never read a book in my life. Never read a book. So I went to the shelf of my La Suegra, you know?
The mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law at the time, and I took a book from the shelf, and it was The Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
Bro, I sat on the couch and I read the entire book. I started at 3 a.m. and the sun went up, and like by 9 a.m. I finished the book. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and chase my dreams.
What's it about dreams? Because
it was about a guy chasing your dreams.
Chasing your dreams.
So that book made me realize, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have nothing to lose. I'm young. We live only once.
Me, I want what's coming to me.
Oh, well, what's coming to you, Tom?
The world, Chico. And everything in it.
I'm gonna try bro, it's just to go to Miami, you know, but since being from a third world country, you're small-minded. So it's like, man, living to another country is like crazy. So my parents, I told them to my parents, I'm gonna go to Miami, I'm gonna record an album, and I'm just gonna go. And they laughed at the beginning. I said, first of all, you don't have money to go to Miami because nobody can, very few people can afford a trip. And you don't have a visa. And he said, by then, it was really complicated because it was after the 9/11. So to acquire a visa to come to the United States was super tough. So I applied for the visa, and there were literally, I was in a line of people that were denied. And I was like, what the hell? I'm just kind of swinging. And when I go, the lady says, so what are you going to do? I'm just going to go vacation. I'm just going to go record an album, and that's it. Come back. And the lady smiled at me, and she said, you're going to love Miami.
Wow!
So she stamped the visa. I'm like, yeah! And that was amazing. So I came back home. Wow, now I got a passport. I got a visa. I don't have the money. Yeah. So what I did is I sold my drum set, and I borrowed money from a friend who was a student at the time who had moved to Boston because he was trying to make more money, right? So I called him up. This was like, bro, I barely know you, and you are asking me for like $800. And I don't know how the guy just gave me the money.
So everything started lining up.
everything started lighting up. It's like the universe was putting.
Do you think it's because you really created a desire to that it was going to happen no matter what?
It was literally like Napoleon Hill says in Bob. It was a burning desire.
Burning desire
to make it happen.
Burning desire to make it happen. Okay.
So that was the first step. That was my biggest jump. So when I get into the airplane, I start like fear start coming into me. I'm like, what the heck am I doing by myself? I'm 22. My family's in the airport like this, like they don't believe what's happening today. Holy shit, my son is living. And then I get here to my buddy's friends, and dude, at the beginning it was rough. I was literally sleeping in top of pillows like this, but in those pillows, the dog was sleeping.
The dog.
So the pillows were like stink. They had this dog smell. I was waking up like with hairs of dog in my lips, and I was like, okay, whatever. We just gotta swing it, make it through, and record the album, and then we'll see where it takes us. But long story short, I finished the album, and I fall in love with the United States, and I'm seeing successful people all around me. Like I started getting little jobs because I didn't have money, not even to pitch, and help on the house that I was staying at. So I started painting chairs. I went to a hotel that they were doing renovations. I knocked on and I said, yo, do you need any help? The guy says, yeah, I need help. I need to, paint those chairs. So you gotta sand it down and you gotta paint them. I was like, okay. And this guy started taking me to like multi-million-dollar apartments in South Bay. And I was like, damn, bro, this is the type of life that I want to have.
You wanted a good life.
I wanted a good life. So I started getting hungry for that. And remember, my vehicle was still the music. And that was my dream. So I started playing in bands and this and that. And, we got to a point that I was like, we're going to blow up. We're going to make it. We got a manager. We just finished a record. We boop, 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 boop. But the band ended up.
The band?
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard
to make it?
Hard to make it because it's if it was me by myself and I could sing, I know.
You would have made it.
I would have made it by myself. But the problem is, in a band, you're dealing with 4 or
other
5 other people.
Yeah.
And not everybody's on the same page.
Or they don't have the same dream.
So I felt exactly, not the same burning desire.
Yeah.
They don't come from my background that I literally. So, just to give you a quick story, because Moses was asking me the other day, Gabe, share something with the audience that nobody knows. What nobody knows is that when I first got here, the second year, I decided to stay. So I was like, you know what? I can't sleep on this dog's bed anymore. So I'm gonna just rent an apartment. Barely I was making like the rent. That was my salary. Pretty much making $600.
$600 a month.
Yeah, and the rent was like $550. So I paid the rent and I moved into the house with no furniture, nothing. So I was sleeping pretty much on cardboards.
Wow.
I put cardboards on the floor and I was sleeping on top of that. I didn't have sheet. I didn't have plates. I didn't have nothing.
Like a homeless guy.
Like a homeless, pretty much, but with a roof.
Wow.
And then I paid $550 rent. So I started getting jobs and this and that. And finally, I landed a job which was on the beach in South Beach, like literally putting umbrellas and dragging chairs to the beach. So there I was starting making a little bit more money. And after that, obviously I saw the light of the tunnel, because when I was living in that apartment, I was managing to live with $5 a week. That's why when people tell me I don't have the money, I say
$5 a week. He was making it in the United States with $5 a week.
So my diet was $5 a week, and I tell you what I was eating. I was buying a box of pasta, penne pasta, in the market for 80 cents. I was buying a can of bean for another 60 cents, and I was buying 2 tomatoes. And then the plate, I went to the dollar store, I got a plate and a fork. The fork was like no sharp at all. I couldn't even barely go through the pasta. And that was my diet, eating every day a little bit of a portion of pasta, beans and tomatoes.
Oh my God.
$5 a week. Look, I was literally picking up pennies from the floor.
To eat?
To eat, because I didn't have the money. And my parents called me, hey Gabby, how you doing? I'm like,
I'm
doing great.
I'm balling.
And I was literally eating a cable, like they said. So man, I've been in the lowest myself, with no family, no friends, by myself. And that's how I learned English, because I met a dude, a Jamaican guy. Jamaican guy. And this guy was like, dude, I have no place to stay. So I'm super open-minded. I was like, you know what, just stay with me. can you help me with the rent? He says, yeah, when I get a job, I help you. So this guy was, you know, waking up early, the same thing. He didn't even have a bed. He was just sleeping in like those camping beds, like that. And he was promoting nightclubs with flyers during the day. And then we become good friends, and I learned English by talking to him and communicating with him in basic stuff like, hey, we need this, we need that, what are you gonna do? And he was a musician as well, that's why we click. And dude, that's the long story short.
So he struggled, guys, in the United States.
I went through everything.
He went through everything, living with $5 a week, but he did not give up. He saw that something great was gonna happen.
Exactly.
With that
so you're
product.
gonna learn a lesson from the product that I'm gonna share with you.
Yes.
You tell you, look, if you believe in something and you're passionate about and you go for it, you can get rich. It is easier actually to make $100,000 in a day than making your first $1,000 online. That is how crazy it is, and I didn't understand it at the beginning when I saw a guy talking about it's easier to make 20,000 or whatever numbers a day than make your first $1,000, because once you know how to make 1,000, you can scale it to
you can make,
whatever number you want.
Especially with Facebook.
This product is actually my first product that I launched by the same concept.
Okay.
We do video views. You can do a $10 or I do $20 worldwide.
Why? What's the difference between 10 and 20?
$20 you can get data more
Okay.
quickly. Okay. If you cannot afford 20, you can do $5 a day. As long as you get those 3 points.
Okay.
You need pushing video views worldwide. Okay. You're not gonna change the age. You're gonna go as broad as you can. Worldwide, okay? And then you're gonna do a post-pair engagement. You can do it at $5 or $10 a day as can.
Okay.
And you're gonna put 4 interests in the PPE. One interest is gonna be the most related to this, which will be LED lights, for example. The other one could be gadgets, could be Amazon.com is a really good universal, and eBay too, and PayPal as well. So I will do that, and then I will do the website conversion is where it gets interesting because you're gonna have 10 assets.
10 assets, okay.
What we're doing here is we're fishing with 10 different, how do you say la caña? The fish thing, whatever.
The fish, whatever.
So we're gonna have 10 lines.
10 lines.
Trying different spots of the reel.
How many interests on each line?
We're gonna do one single interest per ad set.
Broad.
Super big. The bigger the better. I do 200 millions, 300 millions, enough.
In each
interest. Yeah. So
Okay.
for this LED light, if it's 14 million or 11 million, that's perfect. Then what I do